So in my final part of this 3-star series about how Valhalla made level 6 clan, I'm going to cover some HoVa and a HoVaLo strategy that we used to get 3 stars in that epic war against SSC. First attack here is by Sherlock Holmes, promising new member. I'm going to draw out the dragon there and bring him to that builder's hut and use a clan castle witches to eliminate him effectively. Barbarians being critical of keeping the dragon's attention away from the ranged units so that he stays focused on the skeletons, dropping his golem there to provide cover fire for the witches. Important, witches aren't really all that strong if you do not provide them support. Sherlock Holmes moving in, clearing the clutter buildings, creating an opening, getting rid of the Barbarian King so that he can get his Valkyrie into the core where they can do the most damage. Valkyrie kind of running off to the side there to get that elixir storage. Barbarian King and a small collection of Valkyrie moving into the core there. As Sherlock Holmes gets the core occupied, he's going to try to use some Hog Riders to surgically attack defenses. One difficulty of being an early Town Hall 8 there, as you can see, the giant bombs are very devastating, wiping out that initial surge attack. Still a few Hog Riders going, and they still do decent work because the defenses are occupied by the main force sweeping through the center of the base. Surgical deployment is very effective to use on these bases where you have a wider core with smaller compartments along the side. Allows you to use the hogs more effectively since you don't have to keep spamming the heal spells to keep them going as they take damage. There's Sherlock just cleaning it up and claiming one of Valhalla's first 3 stars in this war. Nicely done. Next, I'm going to move into an attack that I did using HoVa. I'm going to use a couple of loons to draw out the clan castle because I noticed a gap in coverage. Doesn't quite work out for me, and I'm going to use some witches to keep the dragon that comes out occupied. As you see there, I had brought an earthquake because half the time I didn't even use the poison spell, but you'll see later in the video that I kind of forgot that I brought that either. Deploying my witches and using the archers to distract the dragon long enough for the skeletons to spawn. One thing to be careful of with the new troop AI, your wizards and range units and have a tendency to lock onto buildings before they try to deal with ranged units. It's really critical that you choose your location for witches well so that the skeletons that spawn stay under the dragon so the dragon keeps focusing on them. If your skeletons run off the side, the dragons will turn, as they did for me, and lock on to your witches and wizards. There I'm clearing the trash buildings with my golem and wizards and getting my Valkyrie inside the base. My objective here is to get the brunt of those defenses occupied. I chose this side so I could eliminate the wizard towers while my Hog Riders close in on the opposing wizard tower there. Using a flanking maneuver, my Valkyrie went one way, and using my hogs to intersect from the opposite way. Relying heavily on my heal spell in this and the fact that the troops in the core are keeping the hogs occupied. I deployed my heal spell there so I can get some of the remaining troops in the core and still heal the Hog Riders. That wizard tower still standing there. I would prefer to see that one eliminated. Hog Riders going strong. Going to make quick work of the remains of this base. When using a HoVa strategy at Town Hall 8 and 9 and 10 even, it's very important to send the Valkyrie in first and the main part of your attack, and send the Hog Riders in while the defenses are occupied, because the Hog Riders are actually a pretty weak unit and they don't stand up well to point damage. Next, I'm going to move into a HoVaLo strategy. I'm going to use Hog Riders, Loons, and Valkyrie to try to eliminate this base. It's pretty high level, so I was concerned about beating the clock. So I wanted to work in as many units as I could. using 3 earthquakes there to severely weaken that corner of the base so that I can get my Valkyrie in quick and eliminate the air defenses quickly. This time I'm choosing a better location for my witch. I thought I'd deploy the wizard there to quickly eliminate some of those range ones, but they just turned on them. Supercell must have done some adjusting to AI. It's harder to drop a troop to take care of CC troops as they move from one location to the other. If they get attacked, they'll immediately turn on the troop attacking them. They're using my Golem and Barbarian King to create a funnel. Now I'm going to stagger my wall breakers so that as you saw, I think I only brought 4 here. And what I want to do is create a opening, but I wanted them not to open up too much of the base because I want my units to go directly into the core, otherwise I have to wait to deploy my loons. I'm using my Hog Riders there surgically where the defenses were being occupied by the Golem and Barbarian King. I deployed my Hog Riders, and now I'm going to bring in my loons using 3 on the Tesla, 2 on the Archer towers. A Tesla is going to pop up there. I should have saved some extra loons. Teslas, due to their high attack speed and high attack, can make short work of level 5 loons. As you see, they're kind of chewing right through the loons that I'd used for the Archer tower, setting off some traps, and unfortunately my loon there attacking the mortar. But the remainder of my forces had done enough damage that I'm still going to be able to net the 3-star, but as you can see, my troops are spread pretty thin. Barbarian King still going strong, Witch still spawning skeletons there, very crucial for picking up this 3-star. There I'm throwing up a few troops that I had left, trying to get those defenses occupied by basically the trash troops and buying myself a little time. Fortunately, the Witch going strong, keeping spawning skeletons, and a few wizards left to clean up and get the 3-star. So there you go, a HoVaLo strategy where I combine the strengths of loons and hog riders to get the 3-star. Special thanks to Hafid, who created the cover image for this video. Here are our allies in spreading the Valkyrie virus. Please check out Fólkvangr, our newly opened clan, and I hope you enjoy.